Good day everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to the channel. For today I have more of an educational video where I want to show you how good fake devices have become, and hopefully by the end of this video you are gonna have enough knowledge so you don't end up buying a fake device believing that you're buying a real one. So today I have a fake iPhone 7 Plus and you're probably wondering what's so special about this one. With this one we have an Octa-Core processor, we have 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, a real fingerprint scanner and a 1080p display. So on paper it does sound really good. So I'm very curious to see how well this looks and how it does. Let's begin. So in the box I got the case, it's a silicone case, and the screen protector, so very nice of them. This phone costs around $200, but YouTube doesn't allow us to post links for fake devices, so I'm not gonna be posting a link for the fake device. So first of all, the box comes wrapped in plastic, as you can probably tell. Onto the front here we see a picture of the iPhone, onto this side iPhone, and the same onto this side. And turning the box around, we're gonna see some specs. So it says that it's the 128 gig version. However, the paint onto this box, it's not that good, so you can probably notice if you've seen the box from a real device. So this one looks a bit washed out. So let me go ahead and open this. I'm very curious to see how well this device looks. So let's see what we have in here. Okay. So first of all, no real iPhone will come with this type of plastic bag. So let's leave this aside for a quick second. So we get this little booklet that looks super extra, very fake. So if you've seen a real iPhone, yeah, this doesn't look like it. And inside this we are gonna get a little paper here, and nothing that much on it. And we also get the little SIM card tray removal tool. Okay, so let's leave this aside. We do get some headphones. Oh, and look at that, they're actually the same headphones. So hold on, trying to get this opened. So we do have this type of jack, so they actually work with this iPhone, so pretty cool. I wasn't expecting them to actually include this type of headphones. So you get that type of headphones. So yeah, it looks very real. We also get the cable, the lightning cable, and this one also feels just like a cable that you'd find on an original device. And we get the charger, and the charger feels a bit light, so not as heavy as the original device. And I'm still trying to get an original device. I did order one about 2 weeks ago, but it hasn't arrived yet. So whenever I get the real iPhone 7 Plus, I will definitely do a comparison video. So the iPhone, so first of all we have a plastic onto the front here and the plastic onto the back. Wow, and it looks really awesome. Okay, so it is made out of metal entirely. At the bottom here it looks just like the original device. I'm not sure if the original has that goldish looking charger, but whenever I get the original one I will be able to make a better comparison. That's the SIM card tray right there, so let's check it out. So the little SIM card tray for a Nano SIM. The power button right there, and that's pretty much it. Onto this side here we have the volume keys and the mute button. And the mute button doesn't feel like an original device, it's very difficult to pull. And the buttons do feel just like an iPhone. Okay, and onto the back here we have a camera. So this device should have a 13 megapixel camera onto the back and the 8 megapixel camera onto the front. So we'll see how good the camera does. And here it looks like it's got 2 cameras. However, only one of them it's a real camera, the other one it's just fake. And here we have what looks like a dual tone flash, and that's what it could be, a secondary microphone. However, I don't believe that this actually has a secondary microphone. Here we see iPhone and designed by Apple in California, assembled in China, and that's about it. And now the home button here. So before the home buttons, you're able to push them down. This time around you can't actually push the home button. So this is the other fake iPhone 7, and onto this one you can actually push the button here. Onto this one you cannot push the button, so it's that touch button, whatever they call it, from the new iPhone. Alright, so now that we took a look at the phone, let's turn it on and see how it looks. So it's turning on. Now, just so you have an idea with this one, this is another fake iPhone 7. The white onto the new one, so onto this one, looks more realistic. And the screen, I'm not sure why the screen looks a bit smaller onto this one, or it looks bigger. Yeah, I'm not sure. So first of all, if you ever see this on any iPhone, this is not an iPhone. So if you see anything like this, you're looking at a device that has Android on it. So first of all, it's on, and the screen, it's gorgeous. There is a bit of lag in there, if you noticed. So let's unlock this. Wow, that was so awesome. So every time you touch this, it kind of vibrates, and it feels really real. Like, so let's open something. Let's go to settings, for example. It's so interesting. All right, so let's first of all, let's turn the brightness up. So let me, I'm not sure how to turn the brightness up. Yeah. So the touch screen is not the absolute best, first of all. Yeah, the sensitivity is not that good. So now that we have the screen all the way up, I just wanted to check the viewing angles, and yes, the viewing angles look rather good. So really good actually. Like, you can see the screen in any position. It almost looks like the icons that are painted on onto the screen. But the screen sensitivity doesn't seem the absolute best. Okay, it got better now. So maybe it took a minute or so till it was starting up. Okay, so we have that there. If I scroll down from here, we're just gonna see notifications. This looks just like an iPhone realistically. Let's open the settings app, and let me turn down the brightness so you can see better onto the screen. So I'll turn it down a bit. So this is how the settings app looks onto this. And if we go to general here, at about, we're gonna find the capacity 125 gigs. However, this phone actually has 16, and we only probably have about 8 gigs left. But I will check that with an app later on. So we even get like a model number, and everything seems very legit, to be really honest. Carrier, no, not available. Version, so the OS version is 10.0.2. However, this phone is actually using Android 5.1. Let's see what else we have here. So usage, available 128 gigs, managed storage space. So everything seems pretty legit up to now. Let's see what else we have here. Display and brightness. So, oh wait, let's see something. Display and brightness once again. Lift wake. So every time you'd pick up the phone, it should turn on the screen. Or not. So I guess that feature, if we can call it a feature, doesn't exactly work. Okay, so that one we know that it doesn't work, so you have to look for things like that all the time. Now, Touch ID and passcode. So let's set the unlock with the fingerprint. So I'm trying to set the fingerprint so you can see how fast it unlocks the screen and if it actually works. Continue. Continue. So let's set a pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5, 6, I guess. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now let's see if it actually works. No. Let's check with another finger. No, this is so real. So let's lock that again. So it does actually work, and it is rather fast. And it only works with a finger that I set up. Wow, it's awesome, like so real. So yeah, that's what I was saying, because these devices are becoming so much better than before, then it's gonna be very difficult to actually tell that this is a fake device. So if we wouldn't have seen that at the beginning with the starting apps, you wouldn't know that this is a fake device till you like open the App Store or so on. So what else do we have here? Contacts, emails, accounts, etc, etc. So I'm very curious to see what happens if we open the Play Stores here, the App Store. So this looks like something like that you would find on Android, so it doesn't actually look like an iOS thing. So if you see anything like this, you're definitely looking at a fake device that has Android on it. Okay, so let's check and see what networks, what Wi-Fi networks it can connect to. I'm curious to see if it's got dual band Wi-Fi, but I can only see my 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band. So let me connect to this one. And now I'm connected to that Wi-Fi network, so I wanted to open the App Store once again. So let's enter that pin. And yes, this looks identical with something that you would find on an Android device. So if you open the App Store and you find something like this, you are definitely looking at a fake device, and it's not gonna be a real device. So I wanted to check out the camera very quickly. So let's see the camera, let's put those headphones there. And the picture is very dark, as you can probably tell. It's got this shade of, I don't know, purple, pink. So even though it takes pictures rather fast, yeah, it's not gonna be the best. So even the picture doesn't look that amazing. I will go outside and I will post a couple of pictures that I took outside, so you can see how the pictures actually look from outside. But yeah, you're gonna notice that it's not a real iPhone camera. That's another easy clue, because iPhones take really good pictures, and this is not gonna be able to take the same pictures. And again, here we have videos, slow motion, time lapse. What else do we have here? Square, whatever, panoramic view. So it does look identical with an iPhone. And on top here again we have the HDR on, off. Now it's on. Let's try a picture with the HDR on. And it takes quite a long time to actually take a picture. Now it does look a bit better, but no, actually it looks worse, because now there is like no detail whatsoever. So just so you are aware, a fake device will never take pictures as good as a real one. Now let me turn this camera around. Alright, so I guess you have to exit the HDR mode to actually turn the camera around. So I'm turning the camera around, I'm pointing it at myself. And let's check out the picture. So it is actually pretty decent, the front-facing camera. But yeah, here are a couple of samples that I actually took outside. Okay, and just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go ahead and install the AnTuTu benchmark and the CPU-Z app. Hopefully they'll give us some more information about this device. So I will install those, run those tests, and get back to the video. So for the AnTuTu benchmark, we get a score of about 26,000, and at info here we can see some details about the device. So Android 5.1, the CPU, which is the MediaTek 6753, the screen resolution, which, as I said before, it's 1080p. The RAM, for some reason it shows as 1 GB of RAM, and I thought that this has 2 gigs of RAM, but I'll definitely check that one out again. So this is the information that we get for this device on the AnTuTu benchmark. So let me exit this and let's open the CPU-Z app, and here we can see some more details. So that MediaTek 6753, which is an Octa-Core processor, a device here. We're gonna see the screen size, which it says that's 4.5 inch screen, but that's much bigger than that. At system here, the Android version is 5.1. We'll skip that ad, and some temperatures. So yeah, pretty straightforward, but for some reason I was expecting 2 gigs of RAM instead of 1. Alright, so this is the info that I got from the CPU-Z app and the AnTuTu benchmark, and I did open the Play Store here, and everything looks very good. Like anything that you search works with no issues, so you can install pretty much anything from the Play Store. But again, it's a bit slow because all this iOS look that the phone has, it's very heavy on the processor and the RAM and everything. And I'm not sure if I actually like this new home button that you like touch, and you have to touch harder, like press it harder or whatever, so it can actually work. So I was gonna install that speed test app and put a SIM card in and check out some speeds on 4G. So I have a SIM card in the phone now, however I was not able to connect to 4G, but this processor supports 4G. So on the speed test app, let me just open the speed test app here. These are the results that I got. So on Wi-Fi about 20 download, and on 3G about 7 download. So pretty much normal speeds. Another thing that I noticed while I was playing with the phone, if you hold this pressed, normally you'd get Siri. This time around you get this. So this is another clue. If you're looking at an iPhone, just hold that button pressed, and if you get something like this that doesn't look like Siri, and Siri doesn't want to talk to you, you're probably looking at a fake device as well. So other than that, if you double tap this, you open the apps that are running in the background, and you can just swipe them like you do on a normal iPhone. And if you even turn this around, it does look like an iPhone, because iPhones do this as well. So this is a very good clone, but there are a couple of things that you can look for, so you don't actually end up buying a fake device. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.